Now that I've completed the value scale, I'm going to jump into the actual sphere using, once again, my handout as my reference. Similar to the other ones, I'm going to start by adding red throughout the entire circle to kind of establish where my shadows are going to be and establish what my base color is. Okay, so once again, I'm going to start right here, and with a scribble line, it is a sporadic line. Okay, it's pretty quick, pretty easy, not that difficult. Okay, notice how quickly I filled that in. Yeah, it's gonna look messy. It's meant to. I'm gonna start with my green into my core of the shadow, just like I did with my value scale. Sporadic line, remember that, sporadic line. I go with the contour of the object. So notice I'm not going straight across, I'm going round. It is a sphere that I want to create, so I make sure that I follow the contour. Okay, now remember, this is split complementary, so it's not just adding just the green, I have to actually use blue-green. So I go back on top with the blue. Again, sporadic line. Notice how loose I'm being with the line. I'm not going into a pattern. That's one of the dangers of a scribble line, is that you wind up going into a pattern. Now that's a completely different technique, one that I'm not doing. So it has to be sporadic. There is no pattern involved. So yeah, it looks like controlled chaos. I tighten up in some areas and I loosen up in others. Okay, this one to me is a lot of fun, primarily because I get to be very expressive in how I create the value. So now that I've got this primarily on in there, I'm going to add a little bit of white in here. Again, sporadic line. I like to rotate the oil pastel as I go, so that way it helps me create some thick lines, some thin lines, and I don't fall into a pattern. Then once again, I'm going to come back in here with some red, and I keep going. Follow the contour of the object. It is a sphere, so notice I'm kind of going around. Creating the texture as I go. If I realize that I didn't go dark enough in an area, I'm going to add in a little bit more of the complement. Excuse me, the split complement. So it's not, I started with the green, which is the complement. Yeah, but since it's split complement, I have to introduce the blue to get the blue-green, which is this one of the split complements of red. Right? Then I finish off with my red on top. Again, it should be a different texture than the other ones. If it's fully smooth, then you've done more rendering modeling, not really scribble. Well, you get the idea. Not necessarily done yet, but you get the idea there, and you can see how that is actually different than the other textures again. Right? That's what you're going for. It's a different texture. See how we're creating different textures. Can I say that another time? Different texture. All right, you know what to do. Don't forget to do the cast shadow. I haven't done it yet, but I think you know how to do that. You don't necessarily need me showing you.